Vanakkam, hello, welcome to this series of lectures on heritage of Tamil, Tamilar Marabu. This course is being introduced by Anna University and the Government of Tamilnadu for all streams of engineering under Anna University. I think the objective behind the course is to expose people to the very rich and ancient culture of the Tamil country, especially the Tamil people themselves. So the native Tamils themselves should understand the richness, vast and ancient traditions, culture, literature of Tamil. Only then they will develop a sense of pride, a self-confidence, and they will be able to stand in the world's stage for their own mother tongue. Of course, this course is also offered in English. That's why I'm making these English videos for those people who will be taking this course in English, especially people from other language backgrounds, people from other states of India, North India, people who are studying in Tamil Nadu, taking engineering courses. So they are also supposed to take this course, but they are given the option to take the course in English also. That is a nice thing. So this will be a good chance for them to learn about the Tamil culture, the traditions, culture, history, all that the Tamil people have contributed to India as well as the world throughout their history. With this objective in mind, let us embark on this journey into this very beautifully designed course of heritage of Tamils, Tamilar Marabu, it is called in Tamil. The syllabus is like this. So this is Unit 1. The topics for Unit 1 is about language and literature. Now, first of all, people, especially people who are not having Tamil as their mother tongue, one thing you should understand is there is nothing to fear, nothing to be frightened here. The idea here is not to teach you the Tamil language, especially the grammar. So we are not trying to teach you the Tamil grammar here. So don't worry about that. We only want you to understand, give a glimpse, a taste of the Tamil grammar, Tamil literature, and the language itself, and all the other aspects of the Tamil culture. So it's only a glimpse. You are not expected to master the Tamil language. Even many of the natives themselves are not doing that. So don't worry about that. So it's another exposure. So it's a nice history and culture here. So it's a good thing to know about this culture in a pan-Indian context also. It's a very nice thing to learn about another culture, another history, which is indigenous to our own subcontinent. So the topics are designed in that way. So Unit 1 is about language and literature. Here we will discuss about language families in India, the Dravidian languages, Tamil as a classical language, classical literature in Tamil, the nature of Sangam literature, and distributive justice in Sangam literature, management principles in Tirukural, Tamil epics and impact of Buddhism and Jainism in Tamil land, Bhakti literature, Alvar and Nayanmar, forms of minor poetry, development of modern literature in Tamil, and contribution of Bharatiyar and Bharatidasan to Tamil literature. So these are the topics for Unit 1. In this first video, we will discuss what is the language families, how are languages classified, language families of the world, and the language families in India. So we'll discuss these topics in this video. The rest we will discuss in the upcoming videos. So I will make this as a playlist. You can follow the playlist. You can subscribe to my channel to get updates. And every video, all these videos will be organized into that one playlist. It will be called Heritage of Tamil. So a language is not a mere tool of communication. It's not that I'm just using words and you're understanding them. In the due course, a language becomes an identity, because this particular aspect is a very important thing in human beings having developed to this stage right now we are in. Comparing to other animals, you can say many other animals also have a language. They do have a form of communication. They are able to communicate things, danger or food. Many things they are able to communicate, and there are well-defined communication. Research shows animals like elephants, crow, dolphins, they have a well-developed communication system. But of course, they don't have a language like we do, in the sense we do. So language is not a mere tool of communication. Of course it is, but in the due course of human history, it also have become so much more. It is the tool which we use to think, we imagine, we expand our horizons, we record things. See, Tamil as a classical language, I have a classical literature which is at least 2000 years old. I was able to read what a Tamil person, a person who lived in the same land I am living right now, whatever he or she thought, I was able to read that which is in a way communicating across the borders of boundaries of space and time. So that's a wonderful thing about language. So language is such a beautiful thing here, and language becomes one's identity. We start connecting ourselves with the languages, and there are researchers which tells us language shapes the way we think. See, there are, for example, certain languages in African continent where the cardinal directions are used. There is no right and left. So the people don't say go right, take left like that. They say go west, take north, something like that. What happens, those people becomes very good navigators, and they are never lost. When they are hunting or something like that, never lost in the forest because they are always aware of what is north, where is north, wherever they are facing, however they are standing. Those people are aware of where is north, where is south, like that. So they never get lost. So the language shapes our thinking. Language shapes our identity. So there are many aspects which we can connect to our own language, our own mother tongue. That's why even when it sounds like a stereotyping thing, but we can of course see people, we can categorize people based on their mother tongue. So language is a very interesting and a beautiful thing, and a complete study of language should always go with anthropology, a study of human civilizations, human communities, development of that, all those things. And according to the last census in about 2011, there were about 6,500 languages across the world. These are recorded languages. There are many languages that are not being recorded. There are so many languages that they don't have a script, and there are a lot of dialects which could be qualifying as a language in its own right. So all those things are there. The definition of a language, how do we distinguish a dialect from a language? Those are all questions for linguistics. So let us not bother about them right now. Just to give you an idea, there are about 6,500 languages in the world. More than 2,000 of them, about 2,000 of them are spoken by less than 1,000 speakers. So they're all endangered language, right? So very small population is being speaking them. But of course, because of the advent of internet, people are recording their languages. So even small languages are being recorded. So they are somewhat safeguarded. So that's a good thing about technology here. So when you consider major language families in the world, we can say for Indo-European languages, Sanskrit and all those French, German, all those things, and Sino-Tibetan languages on the east side, China and all. Afro-Asiatic languages, Austronesian, Australia, Polynesian, those islands. So Austronesian languages found in the islands of the Pacific, Southeast Asia, Madagascar, like that. And Niger Congo languages prominent in sub-Saharan Africa, Swahili, like that. Dravidian languages, of course, Tamil falls under this Dravidian language. We'll talk about them in detail. Altaic language, Uralic languages, Mayan languages, Semitic languages, Siberian, Ainu. So there are so many major language families. How are these language families classified? We'll come back to that topic. And within India, there are again major language families. India is called as a subcontinent, obviously, because it has its own diversity in demographics, languages, and all those things. So Indian languages, Indian language families, major Indian language families, we can say Indo-Aryan languages. So these are languages which are mostly found in the North India. Sanskrit being a prominent factor among them, because the Indo-Aryan connection, the Indo-European connection comes through Sanskrit to all these languages. Dravidian languages, another major set, South India. So basically North India, South India, and East India, Tibeto-Burman languages, right? Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, like that. Austro-Asiatic languages. So these are spoken by various tribal communities in India, Santali, Khashi, Munda, like that. Sino-Tibetan languages. So they are primarily found in northeastern India. Includes Tibetan and other languages of the Himalayan region. So Himalayan region is in connection with Tibet. So those languages, Manipuri, like that, and Iranian languages. So Persian, the Parsi community. So those languages are there. Semitic languages are there, Aramaic, like that. A small community in Kerala is speaking such languages. Andamanese languages. So Andaman, Nicobar Islands. So the Great Andamanis and Ongan languages. And there are many tribes there who are very isolated. So we are not even communicating with them. We don't know what they are speaking. Nicobarese languages, Munda languages, Kusunda languages. So these are all language families of India. So this map shows somewhat the distribution of these languages, some example of them and their connection to foreign languages. All those things are shown here. So about 1,600 languages are there in India. Now, how is a language classified? So there are two major ways in which a language is classified. Languages are classified. So how do we classify languages? There are two major ways in which we do that. One is genealogical classification. In Tamil, we say Ina Vali. Inam is a clan, a group, community, Inam. So Ina Vali, based on this is based on historical and geographical connections, geopolitical historical connections. So this is basically considered as languages which are branched out from a single source, most probably. This is a guess, right? The idea of a proto-language is a guess. So many scholars accept the idea of a proto-language, many don't, but the idea is there. So if you consider there was a proto-language and eventually in the due course of time, these languages will evolve. And when the population speaking that language spreads out geographically, because as the population increases, the cities will grow, the country will grow, so the population will spread out. When that happens, they will be separated by distance or other geographical natural factors. For example, a mountain range. So they are separated out and they start, having less contact between them. So at that point, they will start developing their own dialects, and these dialects, in the due course, they will become individual languages in their own right. A very good example of this is Tamil and Malayalam. So Tamil and Malayalam was up to even a very recent, even at least 1,000 years back, they were single regions. So all these present Tamilnadu, present day state of Kerala, and some part of Andhra and Karnataka, all of these used to be Tamilnadu as such. So in classical literature of Tamil, like Tolkapiyam, when they refer to Tamil Nadu, they refer to this region. So it says from the Vengadam, Tirupati, Vengadam hills to Kanyakumari, and on east and west bounded by the sea. That is the boundary mentioned as Tamil Nadu. So Tamil was spoken in all these places, but eventually people separated, spread out, geographically spread out, politically also. So then they started speaking the same language in a different way. So they started using different words, or the way they spoke the language, the pronunciation, that evolved in a different way, and the languages become dialects. At some point, they will be mutually intelligible. So whatever I am speaking, from the western part of Tamil Nadu, someone from the eastern part of Tamil Nadu will be able to understand me. One or two words may not be understandable, but mostly they will be able to understand. But eventually, the languages split and the dialects become languages, individual languages. So that is how things happen. That's how our guess. But we have evidence for that also. So based on the existing languages, we see, and so we guess they should have branched out from a single source, which we call proto-language. For example, all the Dravidian languages, they should have stemmed from the Proto-Dravidian or Proto-Tamil, like that. Now, linguists, they try to reconstruct this Proto-Dravidian. So what they do is they take the common elements from these languages belonging to a single language family, and they see the common patterns, words, pronunciations, like that, the phonology, morphology and all. And then they try to reconstruct the language. We will see examples of that later. In Wikipedia, you can search for Swadesh list. So that's such a list which shows the cognates. So these languages, they will have cognates. A cognate is a similar word in the two languages of the same family. For example, kan. We'll see a lot of cognates later when we discuss about the Dravidian languages in detail. So kan, for example, that kan is in Tamil as meaning I. And the same word is there in Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, right? Kannu, kan. So people are able to understand that word and the same meaning. They all mean I, like that. So they are all called cognates. So that is how language families evolve. So they are all called as language families. So they are all connected geographically, culturally, politically, historically, and they are all supposed to be stemmed from the same proto-language. Proto-languages can be of different levels. So there could be a proto-Dravidian. From there, that splits out, and a proto-Telugu or a proto-Central Dravidian, proto-Southern Dravidian, like that. And then from that, two or three more languages split out like that. So that can happen. So that is how we classify language. We group languages as language families, and they have similarities. On the other hand, if you analyze a language in a linguistic basis, if you take the typological, the structural aspects of languages, அமைப்பு வழி in Tamil we say. So syntax, morphology, phonology. There are so many aspects to a language. So if you take those and identify similarities, how are languages in general? So try to construct a universal language or something like that. So see the common elements among languages. So based on that, so typological, we can classify languages based on similar grammatical structures. And between these languages, even though they don't have a historical connection, there may be cognates like words, similar words, right? For example, in Tamil, again, the kan, I. In Chinese, watch, see, something like that. Anything to do with the eyes. The verb used is somewhat like kan. The word sounds like kan, but it's not the kan of Tamil. So it's not a cognate. It's not stemming from the same root. But it's a similarity. It's a coincidence. So such coincidences can happen in the vocabulary of such languages. And based on the structure of languages, we can classify them in many ways. One common way of classifying language, grouping languages based on their structure, grammatical way is this. So three types of languages we can say. Agglutinative, in Tamil we call ottu mozhigal, right? Glue. So they fix, we have suffixes like that. Inflectional, isolated. Agglutinative, inflectional and isolated. What is what? So agglutinative, so the word is glue. So gluing. So you have a stem word or a root word to which particles are attached. A particle is a grammatical element which shows the grammatical role of the word. So you take a root and attach some suffix or prefix, infix like that. For example, Tamil is a agglutinative language, Ottu Mozhi. So in Tamil, we take a root, for example, avan, pronoun actually, third person, singular, masculine pronoun, avan. That's a root or a stem. Now we want to make cases out of it. So avanai, second case. Avanal, third case, instrumental case. So we add all. So that's all is called vetrumai urubu. So a particle. So avan, all, avanal. Avan avanai. Avan ku, avanukku. Of course, that some conjoining rules comes there. Avan ku, avanukku. So basically we have the root there. The root is there intact. That is the idea. So avan is there. You can see that avan is there. And I is added or all is added. Ku is added with another particle, of course, right? The zero morph uk comes there. So that is right agglutinative. So to the stem we add roots. In inflectional language, Sanskrit, Arabic are all inflectional languages. What happens there is the root is basically defined by the consonant ordering. So the consonant basically decides the root word, and the vowels will change between them. So when the grammatical roles are changed, so the noun declensions, conjugations, verb derivations, so the grammatical role changes, the vowels will change, but the consonants ordering will not change, and that will give you the grammatical meaning of the word. So for example, in Sanskrit, when you say Shiva, Shivaha refers to the god. And the religion, the people, the sect that follows Shiva, worship Shiva is called Shaivam. So Shiva, Shaivam, Shai. Like that Vishnu. So Vishnu, who is the god? Those who worship Vishnu are called Vaishnavam. The sect is called Vaishnavam. So why? So Shiva, Shaivam, Vishnu, Vaishnavam, like that. So the vowels change, and that is called inflection. The change in vowel is called inflection. This is called Utpinaipu in Tamil. So that is inflectional languages. And isolated language, for example, English is an isolated language. Hindi, for most part, is an isolated language. So there, the grammatical elements, the particles, like in Tamil, we have the urubu, I, all, but that comes with the word, attached to the word. So separately, you cannot write avan, I, like that. Avanai should be written as a single word. But here in isolated language, they're isolated. That's why it's isolated. Tani nilai mudi. So isolated. There, the grammatical particles will be simply there before or after the word, giving the meaning, but they are not attached to the word. So you say him, by him. So in Tamil, we say avanai, right? Him. Here, avanal, by him. Avanukku, to him. So the two is not attached to him. There is no conjoining, but separately is there. So it's called isolated language. This is one way of classifying languages. There are other ways. For example, another study says you can classify languages left-oriented and right-oriented languages. If you look at the sentence structure of a language, there should be a verb, a predicate. Predicate should be there. Where is the predicate located? Is it coming in the very beginning of the sentence or at the very end of the sentence? Based on that, we can classify languages as left-oriented and right-oriented languages. So like that, there are a lot of classifications in languages. So this is how language families, language classifications are done. We'll talk about the Dravidian languages in the next video. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe and follow the playlist. If you like this video, please share among your friends. Learning Tamil will be like obtaining the key for a very big treasure chest. So you can enjoy all that richness. So you are welcome to learn Tamil. There are other videos here for you to learn Tamil. I have a Tamilize playlist where you can learn Tamil. So join that. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.